Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 11 at Gulfstream Park on Saturday is the $75,000 Powder Break Stakes. Our coverage is presented by DRF Bets. Sign up for a new DRF Bets account. You get a $150 sign-up bonus. DRF.com/join. The promo code, yes, let's start. Oh, it's okay. That's fine. 6-5 on California Breeze. You must be related to California Chrome. Okay. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, looking at the feature race at Gulfstream Park on Saturday. One of two nice stakes races at Gulfstream. Race number 11 is the $75,000 Powder Break Stakes. Our coverage is presented by DRF Bets. Sign up for a new account. Bet these Gulfstream races with your $150 bonus. Go to DRF.com/join. Promo code TV150. Let's take a look at this full field of fillies and mares getting set to go a mile on the turf at Gulfstream. It's carded as race number 11, and I want to begin on a far outside with the number 11, Silver Step, a horse that hasn't raced since September. First time North America for trainer Christophe Clemente. Has done very, very well with these kind of horses in the past. This horse is a Group 3 winner in Italy, a listed stakes winner in France, and drew a terrible post position for the North American debut.
Yeah, not a good post on the outside. I think right kind of field for her to be starting out in, but boy, that post is not good. She's a stakes horse in France. She has some ability. I really feel like they're starting out at the right distance too. I know they stretched her out a little bit. I think the mile is probably a better distance for her. And as you say, Clemente's got a pretty good record with these horses. I don't know how short a price I'd want to take on her, but I think she's a contender.
The horse that won her most recent start came back to run fourth in the Group 1 Sun Chariot Stakes, but the rest of that field really hasn't distinguished themselves thus far. But I do think Clemente's found the right spot. Not getting overly ambitious. We'll see where she is. I agree with you. I don't want to take too short of a price. The Timeform US Pace Projector as the number 2. Conquest Hard Candy out there on the lead. But after I went through a preliminary look at this race, I just thought there were some other speeds. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this pace comes up fast.
I agree with that. I mean, listen, maybe this horse will just make the front. She's obviously more of a forward kind of horse. She wants to be up there as part of the pace, but I don't think she's going to be loose in this race. Listen, she's got plenty of races that make her really tough in this race, and I'm not, wildly against her. They have her at a pretty big price on the morning line. I prefer others in this race. I think she can get a good trip in this race, though, and be pretty dangerous.
She chased a quick pace last time out in that Grade 3 Honey Fox. The race where Lull just ran great. Wire-to-wire performance. This is the class relief she needs. I was a little disappointed with that loss 2 starts back,
however. That horse did come back to win, though.
That horse did come back to win. The Buyers are going down a bit, and I just have a feeling there's going to be a little bit more speed in here. Before we came on, you told me that after Lipstick City's career debut way back in 2016, you thought there's no telling how good this will be. Heck, she was then trained by Chad Brown. She was on her way to the Jessamine. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess she just turned out not to be that good. When I went back, I just remember watching that debut and thinking, a lot of things didn't go right for her in that race. She looked like she had no idea what she was doing, but she still managed to put in a really nice late finish and win it. I just sort of felt like, it was hard to tell, but I feel like there was a chance she turned out to be really good. Obviously, that has not happened. She is clearly not really good. As a matter of fact, she's not even probably very good, but she's a stakes winner on turf. She's second off the layoff. Now, I don't want to get too caught up in her last race. She didn't do that much running, but that was a long layoff, man. She's better than that. I don't think she's, totally impossible in here at a big price.
She finished behind Inside Out in that spot. Inside Out was coming off of a shorter layoff, a January to April one in that optional claiming race. I thought Inside Out was compromised by the lack of pace in that race. She, as she is wont to do, is taken to the back of the pack. She came with a good solid wide run and she just missed. It was a really nice starting off point for a mare that's run some decent races only to be a bridesmaid more often than not.
Yeah, because she has the wrong running style for most of these races. She just doesn't have any speed at all. She's always trying to close by a bunch of horses in the stretch, and when you have that running style, you tend to lose way more often than you win. I thought she ran fine last time. Maybe it was even a little step forward, first time for Danny Gargan. If you can keep her going that way, there's a chance she's right there at the end. And as you point out, there's enough pace in this race to give her a real chance.
We talked about Conquest Hard Candy dropping out of the Honey Fox. So too does the number 9 Island Reward, who ran really well at 58-1. Looks like that mare got into a little bit of traffic trouble turning into the stretch. Nick Juarez altered course down to the inside. She finished evenly. She did get a good pace to attack that day, but it's nice that she's back in form, and a mile seems to hit her right between the eyes.
It really does. I mean, that was a perfect setup for a horse like her last time. She was in way over her head in a Grade 3 race, but the race set up perfectly for her with Lull going a fast pace, and she came running and picked up some pieces. Maybe this race was set up well for her too, and it's obviously a better spot for her. I've never liked her, Dan. I just don't think she's that good.
The 6th Madame Uno is 4-for-4 lifetime for trainer David Fox. She has won her last 3 races since being returned from New York, twice on the lead, but perhaps best for her fans in this spot, from off the pace, 3 starts back, slightly off of the pace. Boy, she's just gotten good. I don't think she beat anything in that last race, and this is what's known as the old acid test.
Yeah, they're going to try a tougher spot here, but you might as well do it when you got her in good form, because David Fox, he really did get her into good form. Her races in New York last year, they were not very good. He's gotten her better. She has a little bit of speed. Maybe she'll just fall into the right trip here, but it feels like this pace scenario is going to be a lot tougher for her.
You always have to fear the Michael Maker barn, especially at 15-1 on the morning line. Maker trains the 10 Susie B, and we've got a positive formulator fact. Over the past 4 years, when moving from synthetic to turf in older route races off a 31 to 44 day layup. You can really fool around with formulator. 32% winners, a $3.20 ROI. I am not concerned at all about the last race. A, I don't think she likes synthetic. B, she had no pace to run at.
Yeah, that race you're just supposed to put a line through. She got in maybe a little bit tougher in her races 2 and 3 back. She's won her last 2 starts at Gulfstream Park. She's probably going to have something to run at in this race. She's got plenty of races on the go back that make her really tough in this race. I have to use this horse somewhere.
Isn't Sylphied going to be one of the main speeds in this race for Jane Sibeli? Adding blinkers, stretching out. It seems both times they've tried to go 2 turns, actually 3 times they've tried to go 2 turns. She's just out there on the lead and basically hard to rate. Her last few races have not been very good, but maybe the blinkers on will help her out a bit. Her last time she was in on turf, that was a tough turf sprint.
Yeah, it really was. I still feel like she's better going shorter, and I feel like she's lined up to be a pace casualty in this race.
Let's take a look at Joe Desanimo, a horse that has probably seen better days, a multiple stakes winner. Her 2 starts for this barn at Tampa Bay this meet have not been very good, and perhaps her form's not going to come back.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of past the point of trying to expect it to come back, too. I felt like way back in 2015, Chad Brown had gotten this horse really good. I felt like she was headed the right way. They took her away from Chad. She has maybe won once since, and her form is just not good recently.
Let's take a look at our top picks, because this is really a fun race, and your horse might have the right running style. That's the 4 Glory to Kitten, who was claimed by a real sharp horseman, Jorge Abreu. Immediately got a win in a state-bred stakes race, and then they tried the Honey Fox. Were you a little disappointed? Because I know you kind of thought of her as maybe a horse that could hit the board with the right kind of trip. She did get the pace. Just only fire. Was there a trip situation there?
Yeah, I didn't think so. I mean, I just feel like maybe that race ultimately was too tough for her, and that kind of a pace scenario probably doesn't really work for her either, where she's just outrun by a fast pace early. I don't really care about that race too much. I mean, boy, her race 2 back off the claim. I'm not going to get too caught up in the 93 buyer. I don't think that's like where she is necessarily, but she ran great that day. There was not a fast pace in that race, and she came and got those 2 horses in front of her. I really like that performance from her, and I like just about everything she's done in her career. She's going to get a good trip in this race.
I want the 7 Kings Ghost in here, 8-1 on the morning line, making the first start for Danny Gargan, who's sitting at 28% for the year. She ran in the Grade 3 Marshallese River on January the 13th. There was no pace whatsoever, and Louis Saez just rode her way too conservatively, yanking her back from a tracking position all the way to last on the rail at the quarter pole. She then altered course, widest turning into the stretch, and she was motoring home against some decent competition in that spot. I think she has a versatile running style. As you can see by her record, she loves the distance. Gulfstream is fine. Gargan can move a horse up.
Yeah, nothing but good races on her card, especially on turf. I don't know what Saez was thinking last time either, because they were just crawling. She has tactical speed. She could have sat right up there. I don't think she was going to win that race necessarily, but boy, did she run well to be 3rd in there. I was torn between the 4 and the 7. I went 4-7, but I could easily see this horse winning.
You're going 4, 7, 11, and 10. I'm going 7, 11, 9, and 5 in the $75,000 Powder Break Stakes at Gulfstream Park, and you can bet the race again via DRF Bets, and it's $150 sign-up bonus. Go to drf.com/join and type in the promo code TV150. Approximate post time for the Powder Break, race number 11 at Gulfstream on Saturday, 6:13 Eastern. Best of luck.